All right. Here we go. Welcome to the community call, weekly community call on Wednesday. It is September 29th. Today we are going to go over 10 basic home exercises with little or no equipment. So here we go. Why don't you grab something to drink, get a bottle of water. I'm going to gather up some of the equipment to show you the little bit of equipment. If you do have it, that will show you. Grab my notes, wait 1 or 2 more minutes for the folks to join, and then we're going to get going. Grab something to drink. Okay. Again, welcome to the community call, weekly community call. This call, I really wanted to help people understand how you can work out at home with little to no equipment. So I've got 10 exercises. If you happen to see the videos from the last 2 weeks, we went over 10 basic core exercises and then gave you some progressions from there. So first things first, I'm going to tell you the 10 home exercises. You'll get these notes in a slide deck, so you can either take notes or just refer to the slide deck. But here they are. I'm going to read them off the slides. First is going to be band walks. It's one of my favorite exercises, and so we'll take you through band walks. Next are squats, simple body weight squats. We're also going to use that band for the squats. I'll show you. Then I'm going to teach you another movement. It's called the hinge. So we'll wait till we get there. I'll tell you what that means and teach you about it. Then I'm going to show you hip thrust. So it's similar to the bridge we talked about in core work. We used a band. If you had weights at home, you could always add weights, but we're calling it hip thrusts. Then the next and last leg exercise is a reverse lunge. It's the easiest of all the lunges. So you could really do any lunge, but I'm going to teach you the reverse lunge. It's the easiest of all of them. It's a great way to get started. So that's 5. And then the next 5 are more arm type exercises. And they are, and by the way, today we're just going to focus on the lower body. Next week, I'll teach you the arm exercises. I didn't want to rush through all of this. I mean, we could literally work out for an hour and that doing all 10 of these, and that would be too much time. So today we're going to focus on the first 5, which are lower body exercises. Let me tell you the next 5, which we'll do next week. Half kneeling press. And that's a fantastic exercise that you can kind of combine 2 things. Lower body work by being in half kneeling, and then you'll go ahead and press your arms with something light or no weight. Here's the next one is a row. So working your back muscles, and I'll show you a couple of different ways to accomplish the row. Then we've got something, it's got a funny name. It's called a Pallof press. And that's a combination arm and core exercise. It's fantastic. It's a great exercise. And if you're working out at home, I'll teach it to you. It's a very, very good exercise. And then the last 2 oldies but goodies, push-ups and dips. You can get a lot of work done. Who needs a health club? Do some push-ups and dips and you'll get really, really nice arms. So those are our 10 exercises from home. I want to mention that most of my clients in the beginning stages of their workouts, that when I work with them, they get these workouts. Many people are working out at home. They're not necessarily going to the health club, or they've got a home gym. They start with some version of these exercises, and then we get more creative and branch out into other things. But these are the 10 exercises that most people get when we start. Okay, let's talk about, I'm going to read you rules of the road. So just so I don't forget, you'll get these notes in your slide deck, but rules of the road. If you have any pain, stop. So today we're going to do leg exercises. I want to take our time and make sure that you do them properly and that there is no pain. So if you have any pain, stop. You might be doing the exercise incorrectly and we need to slow down and do it well and do it correctly. Or sometimes there's just exercises that we're not meant to do. Likely more along the lunging line. Those can be difficult for people. And if you're not moving well or have old knee injuries or creaky knees, things like that, you just may need to skip that exercise. So if you have pain, stop. And again, make sure you're doing the exercise properly with good form. Always start with the easiest version and the lowest reps. Slowly work yourself up over time. So, and I'm going to give you some rep guidelines. We'll go over that at the end. There's no rush. There's no rush. The key is consistently do the exercises and then they get easier. So start here. And if you're watching this video, perhaps you want to start working out at home or even just have a home routine in case you don't make it to the gym. So see where you're at. Start at the easiest end, 5 reps, 8 reps, then work up to 10, 12, 15. Start easy. There is no rush. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. After all, exercising does not need to be hard. Now, when it gets easier, we do need to challenge ourselves, but have fun. There's no reason why this has to be like this slog and just no fun. Have fun. Learn the difference between difficult and uncomfortable. So exercise can be difficult. And once we, add some weight, add a few reps, or if a particular exercise is not easy for us, it can be uncomfortable. Learn the difference between that and that sense that tells you this is wrong, I'm not doing it correctly, or I might get hurt. Maybe a lunge isn't going to be best for you. Learn that difference between it's just uncomfortable, maybe a little hard, versus this is not right. Stay with it. Eventually, everything gets easier. And for folks that work with me privately, one-on-one in my online training program, that's where I watch how you move. I check with your experience and then create a program that's very customized to you. I mean, folks often deal with knee things, neck things, shoulder things. So having a customized program where I factor in all of those puzzle pieces for you, that's really what it's about. But kid you not, most of my clients in the beginning get these 10 exercises. So giving them to you for free, no problem. Take all of this advice, make yourself a home program. All right, let's talk equipment. I'm going to just show you, I've given you specific information in the slide deck on what equipment you need, if any. You can certainly start with no equipment. But bands are really effective. So first is kind of a rubbery loop band. You can buy these on Amazon. They're literally $7 for a package of 5. They often come with colors that typically lighter colors, yellow, red, green, are lighter. Then you get up to blue, purple, black. They're harder. These come in different sizes. So just if you can, I think this is 5 or 6 inches. Get the shorter ones, not the longer ones. They just work better. So these loop bands. If you have TheraBand at home, you can tie your own loop. This does work for the hip thrusts and the squats. However, if you want to get fancy or get a Christmas or a birthday present, you can get these fabric. They're called booty, B-O-O-T-Y, booty bands. And ignore all the pictures on Amazon. You got women with their round, plump gluteal muscles selling these booty bands. Don't be offended by those pictures. This is a great band. So if you can get these booty bands, the difference is they're thicker. They come in different resistances. They're wider, and they provide more resistance than these. But you can use these. Next, if you want to continue down the road of doing exercises at home, this can be very helpful. You don't have to have these, but if you've got a resistance band with handles, that can go a long way at home. And then lastly, I am sitting on an ottoman. And so that can be very helpful. A chair, an ottoman, or something like that can be very helpful to when we want to elevate. Well, number one, dips. You do dips on a bench. You can't do them on the ground. You got to do them on something. So a ledge, windowsill, an ottoman, or a chair. Likewise, when we do push-ups, you're going to want to elevate. We're actually going to start on the wall, then move to an elevated surface before we pop down to the floor. All right, and we always want to stretch and warm up first. So we're going to do that now. I'm going to get rid of this ottoman. Let's grab a drink of water, take a real short break, and then we're going to get into the beginning of our 10 exercises to do at home. And we're going to focus on 5 today, which is lower body. All right, so grab a drink, get yourself set, and we're going to get going. Okay. Let's do some stretching. You always want to stretch and warm up before you exercise. I don't know if anyone's noticed, I actually wear shoes when I do these videos and work out. So a couple things, working out barefoot is fantastic. And all of these exercises you can do barefoot. I highly recommend training barefoot. A couple things. If kind of when you get older, your arches start to fall and being barefoot becomes a little bit harder on your body unless you've trained that way for a long time. And I'm actually on my feet doing these things all day. So it became very hard on my body to not wear arch support and shoes. So since I do this often, I just wear shoes. It's a better support for my body. But again, barefoot training, which I have done most of my training life, is very, very good. So it's up to you, but if there are any foot, knee, hip issues, certainly support your body and put some shoes on. All right, let's do a couple stretches. Let's lay on our stomach. We're gonna do an easy cobra. So if you take yoga, you're just gonna lay down and press up. You can certainly just stay here in what we call Sphinx. Just get the back stretched out a little bit. Good. Most of us are at computers. And so when you stretch your back out, start to get in touch with these buns. Yep, those buns sitting right there. Start to squeeze them, wake them up a little bit. All right. Next, let's do what we call a figure 4 stretch. Now we're going to stretch the buns out. Lay on your back, 1 foot up here. Now take this hand, loop it through the middle, and pull that knee back. Good. Nice and easy, breathe. I don't like to get too crazy with sets and reps. Stretching, switch sides. I like to just breathe, 3 to 5 breaths, switch. There we go. Maybe rock back and forth. Like it to be intuitive, not super crazy on reps for stretching. We're only stretching. All right, how about a nice torso twist? Hands out to the side. Good, your knees are gonna come up and over to one side. Maybe this far hand presses down on your knee. You're gonna feel that stretching all through here. If you can, get this shoulder flat on the ground. So now we've got a stretch in the pec and through the back. Usually what happens is if your knees go down, that shoulder pops up. So you've got to work to get both your knees down and that shoulder flat. Good. Switch sides. Oh. So putting a little pressure there. Look towards that far hand. Good. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Let's do a half kneeling stretch. You might need a pillow or a pad. That's okay. Oh, sometimes I like to have a foam roller around. It's my cane. I can hold on to it in case I'm unstable. You can be by a wall. That's a good thing. So half kneeling, you want to hook that toe. So put that toe into the ground, tall chest. Now, squeeze this bun. We're stretching right here. Breathe, tall chest, tight tummy. Squeeze that bun. Good. These, maybe you'll do some pulses, like squeeze the bun 3 to 5 times. Or just hold. Switch. Breathe. Tall chest, tight tummy. Squeeze. Good. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. All right. You know what? Maybe we'll even, I'm going to use my cane here. Maybe we'll even just stretch the front of our hip. Move forward. I think we're getting there. And now switch. All right. Now, we just stretched. I'm going to show you workout exercises. So we want to do some prep work, some what I call activation and core. And this is what the last 2 sessions of the weekly calls were. So I want to integrate that into our exercise program. So we just stretched, warmed up. Now it's time to do our activation. So let's do this. Let's do 1 set of bridges, 10 reps. Then we'll do single leg bridges. We're going to turn the buns on, and then we're going to do a plank. So we spent 2 whole weeks showing you these basic activation exercises and core exercises. This is teaching you how to integrate it into a workout. So let's do 1 set of 10 bridges, just nice and easy. Just squeezing up, keep your tummy tight. 2, just waking things up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's do 5 and 5 single leg bridges, nice and easy. Just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm gonna get my timer. We're gonna do 1 30-second plank, 1 30-second plank. Here we go, and then we're gonna hop right into it. 30-second plank, on your elbows, tighten your tummy, create some tension. Here we go, breathe. Good. 12 seconds. 6, 7, 8. And here we go. All right, grab a quick drink. We're going to start our first of 5 exercises. Grab a quick drink. All right, you guys will laugh. I'm going to sit down to put on this band. Don't get hurt using bands. First thing we're going to do is the band walk. It's for your hips. This is one of the first exercises. Once I get a client off the mat or off the floor, you know, we're done doing those leg raises, all the different planking exercises. We get them up and moving. Put this band around your ankles. Right. So you want the band right above your ankles and then stand up. There's not really a way to do this without a band. So if you don't have bands, just skip this exercise. All right, I think you can see that. Good. Now we're going to go sideways. So tall chest, right? Sometimes I slouch. So tall chest, arms at your side or on your hips. You're going to step, step. Knees are straight. Step, 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 step. Take a look at your feet. When you step, your toes turn out. Lead with your heel, keep your feet straight. Step, step, step. Now, let me show you a side view. If you can, don't pick up all of the slack. Let me show you. So you're going to step. Now this foot, don't bring it all the way in. The band gets all loose. So step, and then the foot comes in halfway. Step, and the foot comes in. Step, the foot comes in. Now go back the other way. I haven't done these in a while. Good. They're fairly challenging. You can start with a light band and work your way up. Sets and reps. Start with 5 to 10 each direction. If you've got a short space, you might go 5 steps back and another 5 steps and back to be 10. So you'll do laps in your room. The other thing I see people do is bob. So they'll step and just a lot of upper body movement. You really want to be still. Step, push down through this leg and use it so that you're not moving. All right. Sometimes people bend their knees. You get a little different muscle. You can play with that. It's not a big deal either way. I tend to like straight leg. And again, look at your toes. All right, let me show you one more. This one's called Monster Walk. If you have kids, they love this, or working with younger people, this one's really fun. It's essentially the same thing, but walking forward and back. And it's fun if you add the hip move or the hand movements. You will bend your knees slightly with this one. So Monster Walk. Here's the cue. Up and out. Your foot goes up and out, up and out, up and out. And if you want to be a monster, put your hands up here and make a scary face. Up and out, up and out, up and out, up and out. Ah, all right. Now go backwards. Back and out, back and out. Ready? Back and out. Okay, one more time. I'm only going 3 or 4 steps, but once you get, say you're out in the yard or the garage, or you out in the area where you've got more room, really going to get a nice fun burn. So this is a great transition exercise. Once you're moving away from floor exercises and getting more dynamic. Okay, keep that band on. So next, we're going to go in a squat. All right, so let's pull the band up. I always people with squats using a band. So squats hurt people for a couple reasons. First thing, your knees come forward and that's going to hurt. So I'll teach you how to work with that. Second thing is our knees go in. So all of those, sorry, you can't even see me. I was talking and all you see the headless exerciser. So all of the work that we did the last 2 weeks, that'll get your hips stronger. And then you should be able to tolerate squatting. Your knees won't come in. But the best way to handle that is just put a band around your knee and start with squats. So let's do it. Here we go. Just pull this knee. Helps if you wear sweatpants. Otherwise, it gets a little tough on your legs. So hopefully you can see this. Here's my kneecaps. The band is right above your knee. I like this band for this exercise over the fabric band. Just tilt this up a little bit. The fabric band is quite challenging. You can use the light version of the fabric band, but it's pretty challenging. So these little rubber bands work well. So your feet are going to be just a little wider than hip width and feet straight. Make sure they're not angled. Okay, I always say tall chest. Now, your hands can be on your hips. Sometimes they can come out, right? Like they'll come out for counterbalance, whatever feels best for you. All right, I like to put my hands out, down and up. So push your knees out against those bands, down and up. All right, I'll show you a side view. Now, make sure you're sitting back. And people are challenged by this, but you sit on the commode. And when you go to sit on the commode, granted, you do it not 10 or 15 times in a row, but you stick your butt back so you hit the toilet. I mean, otherwise, if you go to sit down and your knees are forward, you're not going to sit on the toilet. So think commode. So tall chest, get your feet out wide so you have room to squat, push into the band, sit back and up, back and up. Now, in the beginning, if you haven't done this in a while, you might only go to here. That's okay. I don't want you going all the way down. If you're leaning forward and doing this, your knees are in, don't do that. Only go down as far as you can. All right, couple more things with the squat. In the squat, your knees bend, think lower your seat. Now, human beings are going to try to get to where they want to go, however they get there. So the first thing I see is people squat, and then to get lower, they tilt their chest forward. Some people just do that. It's sort of how their body was made. Won't go into all the biomechanics of correcting it. There's various reasons. Just do your best to sit back, and when you feel your chest coming forward, stop and think lower your seat. So this is pretty low, but if you have like a bench, a chair, throw a pillow on there to raise it up. that's the other thing, is you can aim for the bench, right? So sit, 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 aim, and come back up. Sit, 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 aim, and come back up. The band helps you, your knees not come in. Do that for, I don't know, like 2, 3, 4 weeks at the most. Ditch the band, and then try squats without it. And then you can obviously grab weight. That's the same. If and when you're ready to grab weight, you can grab a gallon of milk. That's 8 pounds. A gallon of any liquid is 8 pounds. And same thing, you just hold the weight right here. Okay, and then squat and back up. Squat and back up. All right. I think we're good there. There's a lot to the squat. Most important thing is lowering your seat and try not to lean too far forward. No pain. Okay, let's get into, got a few more exercises. Let's get into the next lower body movement. This is probably the hardest to grasp. So just follow along. If you can do it, great. If not, just don't even worry about it. Skip it. So I'm going to tell you a story about Thanksgiving dinner. So the best way to think about what a hinge is think about when you've got a big platter of something, okay, and you need to get it in front of you. So we already talked about squatting is lowering our seat. So I don't think any of us takes a big heavy plate of turkey and does this. We squat a little bit, but that's not how you get the turkey onto the table. Squatting is really going to the commode, lowering your seat onto the toilet. That's a squat. So think Thanksgiving dinner. You've got a big heavy tray. Maybe you've got it positioned like this. And then you lower a little because you're way up here. The table's down there. And then you do a hinge. You stick your butt back and put this on the table. Turkey on the table. Turkey on the table. Okay? So what does that mean for a hinge? Well, if we are deadlifting, and not really gonna, well, I'll talk a little bit about it, but if you've seen traditional deadlifts in the gym, that's deadlift, right? What I'd rather do now is get the pattern down. So we're gonna do a hinge. So similar to what I did before, just take your hands, hips go back. You do have a little bend in your knee, hips go back, arms come out. Hinge, this is really good for us. Hinge, hinge, good. Now, moving along, I really like the single leg hinge. It's not that hard to do. About 50% of my clients can handle the single leg hinge. 50%, I don't really go there with them because it's not friendly. So you have a slight bend in that leg, you stand on one leg, hinge, touch your hand. Hinge, and touch your hand. Hinge, this is a fantastic exercise. Again, 30 to 50% of my clients can do it, and the rest, we don't really go there. I'll show you from the side. Slight bend in that knee. Hinge. Try not to fall in or fall back. You can also do it next to a wall. So sometimes this helps if you need it. Single leg hinge. All right, grab a quick drink. I'll tell you another story. I have a client who loves golf. So, right, what client doesn't, we say, I'm going to make you a golf program. They're like, fantastic. So I do some research on golf fitness programs. And lo and behold, the research is get stronger and work on, it's a term called posterior chain, which is basically your butt, your backside. So these single leg hinges, all the regular stuff we do, step ups, lunges, squats, that's what all the golfers are doing right now. So strengthening their legs, their posture and back, there's nothing fancy. I mean, obviously you have to work power, rotation, but in general, leg strength, back strength, and then things like that single leg hinge. It's fantastic. So it takes a little while to get it, go slow, but if you keep, it can take a couple months, but if you keep at it, you're going to get there. All right, let's move on. And again, I only, 30 to 50% of my clients get that exercise because it can be hard. All right. Now we have 2 exercises to go. This exercise, this next exercise, everybody can do. And if you want to build bun muscles at home, do this. This is easy enough to do, safe, and you will build buns. So I call it the hip thrust, and it's basically a version of the bridge. So we did a bridge to warm up. You can even do a bridge with your band. So keep working on that bridge. And then a hip thrust, let's grab that ottoman or that stool. Works better with an ottoman versus a chair, because a chair is not really wide enough and you need a little. So hold on, let's grab that ottoman. Plug in, there we go. And let's do the hip thrust. Okay. Now, here's where that booty band comes in. If you have one, and you don't have to use the booty band, but if you have one, it's fantastic. Okay. I'm going to show you this way, then I'm going to turn and show you the other way. So grab the booty band or the other band, either one, get it back above your knees. Oh, if you have like maybe your son has a weightlifting bench, use that. So you're sitting on the bench, and then be careful, you gotta slide yourself off the bench. Walk your feet forward, your mid back lays on the bench. Okay. Oh, hold on, let me move the camera so you can see. All right. Or you can get on the bench from down here. Sometimes that works better too. So how about my back is on that bench. Okay, feet this far apart. Push your knees against the booty band, down and up. Tight tummy, up. Here we go. 2, 3. Keep those knees wide. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, if you've ever noticed female bodybuilders that have nice shaped buns, that's what they do. Now they do many reps, many variations, and then they add weight, and then they add a lot of weight. We're not here to add weight. We are here to start with a couple variations and work up to many reps, like 3 sets of 20. Okay, let me show you the sideways version, and then one alternative way to do this. If you're thinking, well, that's bodybuilders and I don't need, or my body will never have a round butt. Thank you. Neither will I. That's called genetics. But think about how we sit a lot and our buns go to sleep. we really need to wake up our buns. If you have hip pain or knee pain or anything, you want to be healthy, you got to get your buns stronger. And our buns, it's too hard to do a million lunges. It'll kill your knee. So do this, squeeze, 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 make your buns squeeze, build up the reps. This is just the safest, best exercise to get these things awake, firing, and feeling good. You'll feel a ton better if you do this. All right. And the bridges where we were on the ground, I mean, those work for a while, but then you have to elevate yourself and get here. Okay, so feet and knees a little wider, push on that band, get up. So here's the buns, up, squeeze, tighten, down, up, 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 squeeze, wake those buns up. All right. One more thing, one variation. I'm going to take the band off. You can do this with the band, but let me just take it off. You can put your feet up here, or if you have a ball, a physio ball, that's quite a bit harder. Now do the same thing, put your feet up here. Lay on the ground, this is advanced. Do the other one first, put your feet here, or like this. This gets your hamstring more. This is probably the place to start. Up, squeeze, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then switch to single leg, up, down, up, down. All right, fun exercises. One more, let me do a quick time check. One more, grab a drink. See, told you, we're only working on legs today. Oh yeah, we're right. Just got another couple minutes. Okay. I would do all of that first. Oh, maybe I'll just mention one other thing. With those hip thrusts, if you get really good at them and you've got like a plate or a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can do that at home. You can add weight to your hip thrusts. You just put the weight in your lap. And then you have to manage, getting into position without having weights fall and things like that. Actually, if you add weight, I would start down here. I would start on the ground, put the weight in your lap, and then get it in position, and then go from there. Now you've got a weight in your lap, and you're doing your hip thrusts. That can be a bit much to manage, but after a while, these are going to get easier. So you got to do something. All right, last thing, reverse lunge. Do not be afraid to go by a wall, grab a broomstick, whatever you need to hang on. If you're not used to this exercise, there's no shame in hanging on. Or grab like a broomstick or a paint rod or whatever. Okay, here's what we're going to do. You're going to stand tall, hang on to the wall. This leg is going to go back, and you're going to come down to a lunge. Now, look at this knee. Your knee should not be out over your toe. And even if you just go, see, you're going to get off balance, go to here and come up. Go to here and come up. Sit back in the seat, push through your heel, no creeping up on your toe. Go down and up. Down, I'm all off balance, and up. It's because I'm going slow, okay? Now, once you explore and you can do that, the exercise is Reverse lunge to balance, nice and slow. So down, and then bring your leg up. Down and up. Look at this front knee, make sure it's not out over your toe. All right. Reverse lunge. Play with that. Hold on to the wall. Just reach, reach, reach. Maybe you go to there. Reach, reach, reach. Just start here. No knee pain. Sit back into that seat. And again, if that causes pain or is not really for you, skip it. All right, great. So 5 leg exercises that you can do at home. Minimal equipment. You can get a great workout. This is fantastic. Start with 10 to 15 reps, 1 to 3 sets. Harder exercises like the lunges. Start with 5 to 8 reps, the most. Play with it, then work up. Always stretch, always do your warm-ups. A little bit of core before you hop in. Start simple. I showed you a couple variations. Start simple, just get good at it. Think of crock pot cooking. You just throw all the ingredients in the crock pot, leave it alone for 4 hours. Then you go in, taste it, stir it, it's ready, you're done. So with workouts, create your workout, just leave it alone, do it. Get a little bit better with the reps. I like folks to do their workout a good 5 to 8 times once they get the hang of it before we change it. So throw it in the crock pot, let it simmer, and a couple weeks later, depends on how hard it was at the beginning, before you change something, stick it in the crock pot. Again, start with the simple. So we're going to do arms next week. You can either, like pick 2 of the leg stuff from today, 2 arm things next week, and some of the core that we started with a couple weeks ago. That's it. 20 to 40 minutes total. We're at 46 or 7 minutes now in this video. A lot of talking, a lot of demonstrating. Your whole workout, upper body, lower body, warm up, core, 40 minutes max. Should be just go, go, go. All right, guys, that was really fun. Another session of working out. Next week, I'm going to show you the arm. I'm going to show you the arm stuff, and we'll use this band. If you've got one, we'll use that band. Last thing, if you're watching this video, I am launching a new Kickstart program. So Kickstart, it's fall. For this video, I'm filming in the fall. So it's a fall Kickstart program. What does that mean? I've just given you the key ingredients to do workouts at home. Take it and run, and hopefully that works for you. Some people may be a little bored with what they're doing and they really want somebody to give them something new. Maybe you are not working out and you need a kickstart and you need to work with somebody to get going. This is one vehicle. I've just given you a workout, so take it and run. Some people need a little more accountability or they want an interaction with a coach. This is a 30-day program. So for the people that need a little kick, but maybe don't want to sign up, right? When you go to sign up with personal trainers, you're like, the money, how long, you're just not sure. So if you've really felt like you wanted to work with somebody, but just want to start and not make the full commitment, this is a 30-day kickstart. We'll meet, we'll figure out what you should be doing for your workout, maybe a nutrition adjustment, and then I make you a plan. You get videos, written plan, and then you've got access to me. We'll do weekly check-ins, little pep messages like, go team go, for 30 whole days, and that should get you on your way to a healthier life, working out more. And so it's a 30-day program. It launches tomorrow. You will get an email on this, and check the links in my social media bios, and I'll put a link in the notes from this class. So if you need a little extra help other than what I've given you here, I've got a 30-day Kickstart program. It's just a mini entry into the world of fitness and working with a coach. All right, guys. See you next week for arm workout. Take care.